This video does not provide medical advice. It is intended for informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Never ignore professional medical advice in seeking treatment because of something you have heard within Kingdom Things podcast. If you think you may have a medical emergency, immediately call your doctor or dial 911. Hey y'all. If you are watching this video, you have found the Kingdom Things podcast YouTube channel. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah. Great news is you are too, as in this age of creation or in the age of unconditional love, the human being of planet Earth is to be activated and evolve into the new culture of the humanity, where we understand that every dimension and aspect of ourselves is only a mirror to every dimension and aspect of reality. Every dimension and aspect that we perceive in our reality is only a dimension and aspect of ourselves, not to beat up on ourselves or shame ourselves or to have resentment or rage for ourselves, but in order to have unconditional love for ourselves and understand that every dimension and aspect in which we perceive in every moment is the makings of us. In order to evolve into something new, alchemy, transmutation, dimensional shifts have to occur, which are the makings of us, which are what we perceive in our reality in every moment. Whenever we hold shame, resentment, rage, judgment towards ourselves or anyone else, we stagnate our humanity, our human culture, our society within whatever degree or dimensionality that we're shaming, judging, have fear for, or are afraid of, or energies of anger, revenge, rage. In that mix of what we're perceiving, we stagnate the alchemy and from transmuting and elevating into something new, something different, something evolved. I'm gonna read some words that I channeled for this trailer for Kingdom Things podcast, just so you have some understanding of the content that you'll find in Kingdom Things podcast and what the content is in part intended for. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hold you. This is my story. Everything Kingdom Things podcast is a part of my story. This creation is a part of my story or my life. So it's not just to feed you or to raise up level you or humanity, but it's for me to enjoy my story, my life, and what I create in this life. So in part, Kingdom Things podcast is to assist with uplifting yourself, but it's also my creation, my joy, my love, my happiness, a part of my happiness. Take what resonates with your heart, leave what does not. Everything that I channel within Kingdom Things podcast is a part of my soul's knowing, my Akashic record, so it might not resonate with you, and that's perfectly fine. Take what resonates with you. You're more than welcome to align with whatever resonates with you. Leave what does not. I'm going to read some words that I channeled, again, so that you have an understanding of what you'll find within Kingdom Things podcast and what part of the intentions are for the creation that is Kingdom Things podcast. Again, my name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I'm not sure if I said my name. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah, and so are you. What I have in me, you have in you. What you have in you, I have in me. Kingdom Things, looking at my notes, Kingdom Things podcast. The human of the age of unconditional love. We are evolving as a human species to paint the picture of the expected evolution of consciousness, which equates to and acts as a harmonious being used as diction to signify the correlation and cooperation that is the evolution of our genome and the expansion of our consciousness. An evolution that is inexplicably linked to our expanded conscious awareness of self, or the oneness of all things, or God, or creation. An expanded awareness that looks like our children and the people of our society in general seemingly being disassociated with the conscious awareness of the past human's perception of reality. We characterize this disassociation found within how a human might or might not associate and react within this reality as autism, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder. Just to name a few of the ways extrasensory and or extra-dimensional perception can be perceived through the old human being's perception and precepts of the age-old question of what is reality. You are not going crazy. We are not going crazy. We are not going crazy. Humanity is not going crazy. We are coming online to our infinite nature, or we are meeting the biblically prophesied second coming of Christ. Christ or God within. Jesus taught, I am that I am. Meaning I hold the energies of God and reside within the oneness of God, just like you. Jesus taught, I am that I am, meaning I hold the energies of God and reside within the oneness of God, just like you. Jesus taught, I'm going to say that one more time. Jesus taught, I am that I am, meaning I hold the energies of God and reside within the oneness of God, just like you. As you hold the energy of Elohim, or God, and reside within the kingdom of God. Hermes Trismegistus, principle of correspondence, as below, so above. The energies we hold within project into our realities, creates our realities. Everything that we perceive in our reality is of the human being's creation. In part, as the human being and the ecosystem, the planetary ecosystem of Father, Mother, Gaia is a dimension, an aspect of an infinite pool of dimensions and aspects of the oneness of all things or creation. So humanity, in part, is a co-creator with the human culture of planet Earth, with the ecosystem of planet Earth. Hermes Trismegistus, principle of correspondence, as below, so above. The energies we hold within projects into our realities, creates our realities. It's high time that we acknowledge and no longer shame ourselves or hold rage and resentment within ourselves or within perceivably others. Whenever we shame, blame, rage, resent others, or really only shame, blaming, raging, resenting ourselves. Because what? As below, so above. Everything we have in here is projected out there. So, and then karma, this is why karma is a thing, because when you exert energy external to yourself, and karma is that energy coming back to you. Why? Because everything is one, as below, so above. What you perceive out there, what you perceive in your reality is only a dimension of you. So whenever you project energy outwardly, it's going to come back to you, karma, or a principle of compensation. Because why? Everything is one. Everything is one. The Kingdom Things podcast call to action. You know, we protest about making change in our reality, which is great. But do you know that you're able to create and shift our reality in your autonomous nature? You are able and capable of shifting our reality in your autonomous nature. You are capable of shifting our reality in your autonomous nature. How, Ashley? Kingdom Things podcast call to action. Sit with yourself for at least 30 consecutive minutes a day in order to assist yourself with aligning to your soul or your intuition or your God, Goddess nature, in order to be able to come online to the tools to assist with the higher, more potent level of co-creation within this reality. A higher and more potent co-creation within this reality, to the point where whatever you speak, whatever you think, comes to fruition in our reality. So if you don't like that the planet is being affected in ways that don't align with your moral integrity, you are able to go within and align with your higher self or God or your goddess in order to garner the understandings, tools, and wisdom to co-create this reality. Kingdom Things podcast call to action. Sit with yourself for at least 30 consecutive minutes a day to tune into your inner self or God or your intuition. Subscribe to Kingdom Things Podcast on YouTube and or Spotify to join the journey to a healed, balanced human culture of planet Earth. Again, my name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah, as are you. As the second coming of Christ, of Yeshua, of Jesus, is the activation of the human genome and activation into higher consciousness, higher wisdom, understanding of what is reality, who am I, and what is my part in co-creating reality with how I show up. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truest truths. Give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because the way that you love on yourself will reflect and mirror the way you react, relate, and be with other people, your family, your communities, our human culture. Bye.